Marine Le Pen has announced she'll be the far-right National Rally's French presidential candidate after an appeals court yesterday cleared the way for her to run next year. For more, we can go straight over to the European Parliament in Strasbourg, where our correspondent Marine Gwyn is standing by for us this morning. So Marine Le Pen cleared to run, but still facing legal challenges. Tell us more.
Exactly, Maeve. So Marine Le Pen, very defiant last night, coming out saying she will be the National Rally's candidate in those French presidential elections taking place next April. There were doubts because an appeals court was ruling on a conviction she received in March last year related to the embezzlement of up to 4.4 million euros in European funds. She was found guilty. The court upheld that guilty verdict, but it did significantly cut down the ban on public office, the 5-year ban on public office she had originally been handed down to just 15 months effectively. She has already served those 15 months. She's now cleared to run. Now, I'm in Strasbourg, Maeve, and there was a sense of apprehension, of expectation all afternoon yesterday after that verdict came, because the court also said that Marine Le Pen must wear an electronic ankle tag for 1 year. She had previously said that she would not run for president in those conditions. It will clearly impact her ability to travel and so on. But last night she came out saying she will be able to campaign without that ankle tag. Let's take a listen.
As you know, I said that I would not campaign with an ankle bracelet. However, as I have the option of lodging an appeal to the Court of Cassation, which was not necessarily the case in other scenarios, and as an appeal to the Court of Cassation suspends the effect of the judgment, I will therefore be campaigning without an ankle bracelet. So this evening, I am a candidate. I am running for president.
Je suis candidate à l'élection présidentielle.
So Marine Le Pen there clearly saying she will not be stepping aside and making way for her 30-year-old young protégé Jordan Bardella, as some had expected. She did say last night that she has Bardella's full support, and in her words that they make a formidable couple, a winning partnership, she said, and she will have his support going into this presidential campaign. And on that, I'm joined now in the European Parliament by a member of Marine Le Pen's National Rally Party, a member of the European Parliament, Fabrice Leggeri. Sir, good to have you with us this morning. First of all, do you believe Marine Le Pen made the right political judgment yesterday, choosing to stay on as your presidential candidate?
Yeah, good morning. Thank you for the invitation. Of course, Marine Le Pen made yesterday the right decision. This is the first victory for French democracy because it's not up to judges to decide who will be the candidate and who will run for presidential election.
Yet the French judges did uphold her conviction. She is guilty, along with other members of your party, of embezzling millions in European funds. What does it say about your party that your first-choice presidential candidate faces such serious charges?
First of all, I would like to clarify again that she is not guilty because there is no personal enrichment. And Marine Le Pen is further appealing to the top Supreme Court in France in judicial matters, the Cour de Cassation, and she will demonstrate that she is not guilty at all. So that's the main point I have to say about that. And then, of course, that means that we are confident that, there is no mistrust in the eyes of French people, because French people know absolutely what this is about.
She's confident she will be able to campaign without this electronic ankle tag. Yet this is sure to cast a shadow. She is facing this sort of home imprisonment for a year, essentially. How do you think that will impact the campaign? She won't be able to go out on the campaign trail.
Well, as Marine Le Pen is appealing further to the top Supreme Court, this, let's say, temporary sanction decided by the appeal court will be suspended. And we are confident again that Marine Le Pen and our colleagues will not be found guilty by the top court, Cour de Cassation.
So I must ask you, we're here in the European Parliament, what does the fact that Marine Le Pen is the candidate mean for Europe? We know in the past she has campaigned to take France out of the Eurozone, out of the European Union. Does she inevitably need to now soften her stance and become more palatable to Brussels?
Well, already in the last presidential elections in 2022, Marine Le Pen supported a policy which is to improve the European Union as insiders. So our policy is not Frexit. Our policy is to join forces with other governments, with other nations, in order to improve the EU functioning. And I can say, as a member of the European Parliament, that we have already managed to get many results in the past months here in the European Parliament. So that shows it is possible. I can give you some examples. Return regulation, cutting the red tape, the omnibus regulations, and so on and so on. So I'm confident this will be an opportunity for all, not only for French people, but also for other European nations.
Okay, Fabrice Leggeri, that's all we have time for, I'm afraid. But thank you for joining us this morning on Europe Today. I'm sure we'll be following this story very, very closely over the coming weeks and months. Maeve, back to you.